secret now.
Okay.
I see bad gamers.
At GK. Online.
All the time. They're everywhere. They don't know they're bad.
Sweet Jesus God. Hey everyone, I'm the Second.
I'm the Tesla.
We're Scientists Say! And welcome to a special Shocktober episode of...
This movie's gonna suck.
So what are we watching today on?
This movie's gonna suck.
Why? It's a Scientists Say
Double Feature!
This episode will have Death of Me, followed by Hubie Hollywood.
And we literally have heard of neither of these movies as of an hour ago, so we'll be going to these completely blind.
We pretty much literally chose these ones because, okay, they're coming out in October, and it's the production companies this time that sold us on them.
Yeah, for sure. Is this the one that is...
This one, Death of Me, was produced by Saban Entertainment.
Yes, that's the one that had me go, excuse me?
Yeah.
A baking powder?
I actually had to look into it. I'm like, this can't be like the Saban. This can't be
like,
Power Ranger Saban.
Exactly. This can't be fucking Saban, you know.
And it is.
Wow.
It absolutely is.
So color me intrigued.
So how long do you think until we have a Ron Wasserman solo in the middle of this trailer?
God, I hope I do.
I would.
This movie could be literal shit, and you put a Ron Wasserman solo in it, and it immediately goes to shut up and take my money.
Yep. And this is the one with Luke Hemsworth.
Yes. This one has Luke Hemsworth.
This one has Luke Hemsworth.
If you cut the outtake from the previous episode. Okay. Let's get right down into this one. I am hoping we don't have a trailer for the trailer.
Put up the trailer for ding.
Saban?
I can't even remember how we got back to the room last night.
He must have taken some photos. There's a video 2.5 hours long. See if we can figure out what happened.
They're crazy.
What are you doing? Neil? What the?
Oh! Darren Lynn Boatman.
Impossible.
We watched you snap my neck!
We were dosed with something. Given a strange drink.
Special gift for celebrated guests.
I was dead. How am I standing here?
You hallucination.
You were never meant to see what happened.
So ghost horror.
For my travel companion and I, there's no hope of us ever leaving this island. We're about to die horrible deaths.
Neil?
Fucking barnacles.
Well, I will say, well, I don't know if it's his initial offering, but for the first horror movie I know of that Saban has produced, pretty decent. I mean, huge points in its favor for me personally that Darren Lynn Bousman is directing, because
He literally has all of Saw right here.
Literally the entire Saw box
Like
set is
2.5 feet
right over there. And yes, Darren Lynn Bousman did direct Saw 2, 3, 4, and yeah, he left after 4. because he wanted to do Repo the Genetic Opera. So, but I don't know. Interesting. I mean, I'm intrigued by the concept of they wake up, don't remember how they got home last night, watch video, and apparently he kills and buries her, but
she's still up.
She's still alive. Now, I'm not necessarily crazy about this aspect of going into like the native island and there's some possible voodoo shit going on, but who knows how that's gonna tie into it.
Yeah, I'm not super big on the mystical aspect. But it would have been hard to explain.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like either we're going into ring territory or we're going into some kind of.
And yeah, I would have preferred it ring territory more.
Same.
I definitely would prefer that, but maybe they might be trying to mix the two, which can work.
You know, and I will say for once, this was a trailer that was short, sweet, and it didn't feel like it was spoiling half the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
So I actually have a lot of questions going. No, okay, obviously this is going to happen.
And the concept is pretty interesting. I'm not exactly gung ho about it, but at the same time, I'm it's one of those where I'm not like, oh my god, I really want to, like, I'm really curious. I'm literally like, I could live without hearing about this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to learn more.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm like crazy about learning more, but I can tell that I'm interested. I'm intrigued as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm pretty much feeling the same way. You know, if you take away the fact that it's Saban, you take away the fact that it's Darren Bozeman, and just give me that trailer, I'm still intrigued by the story.
Yeah, there's enough there. But I will say that as soon as they did announce that it was Darren Lynn Bozeman, immediately I was looking at the filters being used.
Yeah.
The camera filters. I'm like,
that's
Gritty Saw.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think that helped it out a little bit in some of the scenes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like it when they were in the home.
Yeah, the home.
Because that's a really nice, like, a home in a tropical location.
Right, yeah.
It didn't feel right. But then especially when she was at the frickin' seashore with the boys.
Yeah.
And then some of the shots in the jungle, I'm like, that works ridiculously well.
Yeah.
Having the gravel, gritty Saw look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they're going to be doing. I could see that they're going to be doing body horror to a degree.
Sure.
Which I kind of cringed when she showed that bruise.
Oh yeah. But
even I was like, normally that wouldn't bother me, but I was like, oh shit.
Well, I mean, if you consider, you know, the videotape, and he's choking her out, like, that's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and then snapping her neck.
Right. Yeah.
Which, on the one hand, I liked how over the top that neck snap sound was the second time at least.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like,
I mean,
but like, my big question is, how playful is the comedy aspects gonna be? Because when he was like, we're gonna
die horrible deaths
today, and he's just like,
like, that was actually kind of funny.
I was like, okay, that is pretty funny.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious, but like I said, I'm not enthused about the whole like voodoo looking aspect of it. You know, I'm fully prepared for this to be they were dead all along, but I hope it's not something as mundane as like he killed her and then voodoo has brought her back because of her heritage or something like that.
Yeah, because really, you can work with that. That is, like, it can work. The problem is that that's also indicative of lazy screenwriting.
Yeah. Where
you basically wrote yourself kind of like, here's the basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately have no idea on how to make this work. So voodoo.
Right. Exactly.
And it's like then it becomes kind of just contrived at that point. It's like, well, you can do really cool things with voodoo and mysticism. Yeah. Clearly, we know because of a review we just did.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be a little short on this one because we're actually doing a double feature today. So I would put this one at You May Have My Legal Tender right now. I'm intrigued enough to want to see it. I just don't know. I have a feeling like the explanation is going to disappoint me if it ends up being very too deep in the voodoo stuff, or if like that's all there is to it. If there isn't more to it, you know.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm in Yeah, actually, yeah, you may have my legal tender. It looks. The acting looks pretty good. The editing looks pretty good. Like I said, the filter, if that's how they're going to do it all the way through.
Which
There's parts that aren't going to work that well, but the parts that work well are going to work real well. Seriously, that seashore scene was genuinely kind of like gross creepy.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. And I'm right there with you on the reveal of the why, or the how she's still around, because I'm scared that it's just a cop out explanation.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like if they've done this, but it works and it makes sense, I won't have a problem with it. If it's like, oh, everything's voodoo, like then that's a cop out.
That's gonna really that's where the movie's gonna hinge on.
Yeah.
In my opinion, just based off the trailer, it's gonna hinge on that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we're both kind of we're not wild about it, but we're interested enough.
I feel like there's potential here. I just hope they don't shit the bed with it. You know. So yeah, we'll
yeah, good. I would say right there with you, Saban.
Yeah,
that didn't look bad.
Didn't look bad.
I was kind of like that. Literally, is the only reason we grabbed this and watched the trailer.
It's literally the fact that it's Saban. I didn't even know it was Darren Lynn Bousman until we watched that, and that would have probably been enough for me to say, hey, let's give this a watch. I'm curious what he's doing these days. Because I haven't seen him do anything since Saw, except for I haven't seen the whole thing, but I think I saw part of Repo once, somewhere else. So yeah, it's it basically Saw 2 would not have existed without Darren Lynn Bousman, and a lot of people, to them, that's one of their favorite Saw movies. Me, the first is probably gonna be my favorite. Anyway, that's getting into a whole other topic. I can do an entire fucking video on someday, but
yeah, I just wanted to reach out and mention again because Saban,
no, you
guys are upping your game.
Yeah, I mean,
you're maturing along with your audience.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Here's a company that produced a children's entertainment program that was near and dear to our heart, and now is producing horror films that may very well be highly entertaining for us.
Yeah.
So that's fucking great.
Keep on keeping on, Saban.
I do.
We do want to support you on this.
I do say the movie needs a Ron Wasserman solo in it.
It does need a Ron Wasserman. You contact him. We need a killer solo.
And it has to be that same, 90s kind of solo,
He could actually make one that works for a horror movie.
He's actually remastered his stuff from Power Rangers before, because he's like, when I wrote the stuff for Power Rangers, that was literally my first TV gig, and I wanted to see how would I take on these pieces, knowing what I know now. Yeah.
All right.
So that's going to be it for Death of Me. But this is a Sign to Say
double feature. And again, we chose this one because of production company.
Yes.
This one is mostly Happy Madison.
Mostly Happy Madison. Yes.
Mostly Happy Madison.
Now, disclaimer. We are of the personal opinion that not everything Adam Sandler touches turns to shit.
We grew up when Adam Sandler first hit the scene, and he seriously, the guy broke ground.
SNL, his stuff on SNL with Farley and Spade, and then Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer, The Waterboy, they're all classics.
And some of his more newer movies, like I know a lot of people that cried watching Click. They genuinely were like, I never expected to cry during Adam Sandler.
Absolutely. I love the hell out of Click. I did not expect to go through the roller coaster of emotions I went through watching that film.
And then I've heard that Funny People is actually really well done, and Punch Drunk Love is actually
I've heard that's
really
supposed to be one of his real good ones. I haven't seen it as well.
So Adam.
Also, I will special shout out to what is the guy's name? I can't remember it off the top of my head now. I'd have to go look it up. I'll put it down below. But he's one of Adam Sandler's crew. But the movie Grandma's Boy was written by him.
Was it Nick Swartzen?
No, not Nick Swartzen, but Nick Swartzen's in it.
Yeah.
No, it's the guy that plays. Shit.
Insert name.
Yeah, like you can pick him out in almost any Sandler film when you see him, but in The Wedding
Rob
Singer.
Schneider.
No, not Rob Schneider. Although Rob Schneider is also once again in it. In fact, the only person from Sandler's posse who isn't in it is Sandler, because even Spade's in it at one point. But no, I highly recommend that movie. Yes, it's a lot of weed humor, but it's actually a really good movie that deals with the world of video game development, and it's just fucking hilarious. So, yeah, if you're at all interested in other stuff related to the Sandler universe, highly check out Grandma's Boy. It looks dumb on trailer paper, but it's actually really fucking hilarious.
In execution.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's the disclaimer.
Yeah.
We are not doing this just so we can shit on. That said, we chose it because Happy Madison Productions hasn't been solid.
Adam Sandler has done a string of bombs, mostly the stuff he's done for Netflix. And he's flat out said, look, this is just an excuse for me to take my friends and go on vacation for a couple of months.
And he's actually, he makes sure that the crew
it's
are able to have fun. And he helps them out.
It's all about having a good time, and if they make a movie in the interim, so be it. And if it sucks, they got paid.
They got paid, they got to hang out together.
I can't really fault the guy for that strategy, because he's making sure that all of his friends are getting paid, and he's got, off of piggybacking off the 4 films I already mentioned, he's already made for life.
Yeah.
So anyway, new film, Halloween related.
Horror comedy.
Yeah. So I'm
horror comedy might work for Happy Madison.
I'm going in with an open mind here. So let's I forgot to cue this one up. So this is a Netflix one, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into it. See how it
And
looks.
do we need it might be a ding.
Yes, if there's gonna be a trailer before the trailer, ding. I hope not, but we'll see.
Well, hello, my ghouls and goblins. I know you've got your costumes picked out for the frightful festivities. And I hope you all get more treats than tricks.
I don't want your partner.
Is he a good guy? Hubie Dubois is the nicest guy in this town.
Here are some happy Halloween word searches. You can pass it out to the kids.
Thank you so much.
As a trained volunteer, I know what it's like when your spooky fun gets out of hand. Officer D, the supermarket's selling expired bacon. Janet at the library has not been herself lately. I heard a voice in the sewer.
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you.
It's pretty impressive how long he's been a loser.
Oh, messing with Hubie Dubois.
Murder!
A Salem tradition.
You gotta expect a scare here or there.
There's something off in this town.
Who's your neighbor?
Tim Robbins.
Yeah. Mr. Lambert? Is that you? Oh, no.
Salem PD?
Yes, officer, this is Hubie Dubois.
Strange when you're a stranger. Faces look good.
Salem needs me.
What are you gonna do, Mr. Dubois?
What I do every October 31st. Make sure every citizen is protected. No one in Salem is safe tonight.
So would you lose your thermos?
Oh, that'll never happen.
Anyway.
We got an unsolved mystery here.
Oh.
I know who did this.
Not now, Hubie.
Mayor,
I suggest we cancel Halloween immediately.
we ain't canceling a damn thing.
This is some Dateline NBC shit.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Maybe these guys
You're the best person I know. That's why you're a hero.
Not cool.
Hello.
Marino! Help me, Martin! Help me! Help me!
Huh.
You should just splice it and show kind of where they lost us at the very end.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The entire time we're watching the trailer, I'm going, okay, he's just redoing Bobby Boucher.
Yeah. Which can work.
So, yeah, I didn't immediately write it off. I was like, okay.
I thought it.
I still love the Water Boy. This could work.
Yeah, I actually through most of that, I was like, no, it totally works. Like he's the main character, but he's being kind of relegated to the back scenes and everything like that.
Yeah.
So the character works in that context because, he's playing the lovable oaf, pretty much, who just wants to make sure that everyone's safe and having fun and stuff like that. So
taking Halloween way too seriously.
Yeah. But that works. He's got a good cast.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of SNL alums there. I mean, which isn't surprising with it being a Sandler film. But you got Tim Meadows. Sorry, I said Tim Robbins. That wasn't what I meant. Tim Meadows, Maya Rudolph, Steve Buscemi was never on SNL, but he's
frequent contributor. Kenan Thompson.
Kenan Thompson still on SNL, and rumor has it Lorne may be grooming him to take over someday. We'll see.
I hope so.
I think that would be, a great choice, and it would be such a dream come true for Kenan, he's
not planning on leaving.
No, he literally went on all that as a kid because his dream was to be on SNL. Yeah.
Kevin James, who was on SNL.
Was that Kevin James as the sheriff?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I thought
he looked different enough, but it was definitely him.
I want to know who was this is some Dateline NBC shit or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Jack Black.
It might just be that I'm so used to seeing him with a beard that I didn't recognize him. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll do that and then put it down below here.
Somewhere.
It's definitely somebody I recognize.
Yeah.
I'm not certain that was Jack Black, but we'll see.
So the cast and crew look good. Very thematic.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely Halloween.
It's sticking with the Halloween theme.
And it's set in Salem.
Yeah.
So I think that they hit a lot of the right notes, and there were jokes in the first 2/3 that we both found funny.
Yeah.
So, it's like, okay, they threw some good stuff at us, but that last quarter is where things really started. I could tell, we both went really quiet.
Yeah, it's
like the moment, I thought it was clever about him not losing the thermos.
Right.
I thought that was clever.
Yeah.
And then when he used it as a grappling hook, I'm like, oh, there we go.
There's the slapstick.
There's the Happy Madison shit.
Yeah.
Now, which one? And then him overacting as he gets grabbed by the leg, which back in the 90s and early 2000s, when somebody would overreact that way, and then the straight man is there. That was new-ish and kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then in the early 2000s, mid-2000s, they just went, oh, well, that's funny. Let's extend it longer to play with the audience expectations. It's 2020.
Yeah. To be fair, I could see if he still feels like doing that kind of thing is a tribute to Farley.
True, yeah. I could see that.
Because I absolutely could see Farley handling that scene in a similar manner.
But he'd be doing it with a different... Well, he'd be doing Farley energy.
Yeah.
Which Sandler was more the straight man compared to Farley.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody was the straight man.
Farley's goal was to break everybody, and he largely succeeded.
Yeah. So I could see that. I'm just. It more came off. It was more like doing that overacting.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Pepper Boy sketch?
I think I did.
It's a sketch where Adam Sandler, it's his first day working in an Italian restaurant, and his goal is to be the pepper boy, the person that's called to the table to grind pepper on your food, and he's learning from it's not Schneider, Dana Carvey, who's like this master pepper boy. He's been doing it for years, and so he's teaching Sandler, who's the first day on the job. So he goes, that table over there, go serve him. And Farley is sitting at this table in a fake beard, and he's either not supposed to have any lines at all, or he's basically just supposed to say like, that's enough when he grants, or yes, I'll have some pepper. Real simple line. And of course, once they go live, Farley just goes, "Whoa, Pepper Boy!" just in that over-the-top Farley style, and you can see like Dana Carvey manages to take a pause, but Sandler is just like this close to losing it on live TV. It's just one of those classic SNL moments. Total tangent, I know, but that's the way the show goes sometimes.
That last quarter.
Yeah,
that
did
was
kind of lose me there,
because I that's one thing we bring up. Mostly, I bring this up a lot. It's like, and I know that like we both bring it up, but I'm usually the one who goes on the tangent with that. It's, are they showing us the best
exactly
in the trailer?
Is that supposed to be like the high comedy moments of this movie? Because if it is,
and everything else is that last quarter, then that I could see this being like completely shit on.
Right, exactly. It's it's like you said, we were going through that, and we're like, oh, there's some good people in this, and we're getting some decent laughs. And then you hit that last fourth, and it's like, and there's what's wrong with like every Sandler film for the last several years,
Yeah.
Not automatically, just typically that ends up being the thing, is like too much of this silly, over the top slapstick when that doesn't always have to be his comedic style.
Yeah. And like I said, I love the theme. Of it. I mean, it's Halloween. I think they might be able to marry like the horror part, because it's almost borderline supernatural horror, with like hooligan horror.
I genuinely hope that it doesn't end up being aliens, like because that's what it first had me thinking, like especially the first one getting abducted from a cornfield.
The cornfield and everything like that. Steve Buscemi being the creepy, but looking like normal Steve Buscemi.
Right.
That was genius. That was Steve Buscemi going, hey, I know I'm a kind of a creepy looking dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing off that for years.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Con Air. He's supposed to be this horrible serial killer, and it's just this doofy looking guy in a mask.
Yeah. So like the like that trailer kind of like sums up, like you can see the strengths of Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but you can see a decent amount of his strengths in that movie, and you can see a couple of his greatest weaknesses in that. I shouldn't say movie, but in the trailer.
Yeah.
You can see both of them. So that's why we're like, oh Jesus.
Like, there's potential here, but
there's some decent,
solid
potential.
That's only the good stuff in the trailer, and the rest of it's this other stuff. It's gonna shit the bed pretty
Basically,
hard.
flip it around. Is it gonna be 25% like really good, and then 75% Happy Madison?
Yeah.
Or will it be 75% good, 25% Happy Madison?
Yeah.
And I can easily take one.
Yeah.
One, I would actually enjoy the movie.
Well, we might have to just have a movie night sometime this October and see. I don't know when that comes out.
Oh, that one was, I think it's at the 7th.
So soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I like the choice of music that they were playing.
As soon as I heard People Are Strange, I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna be on board with this.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. So where do you? This is why we've been dragging this out.
Yeah.
Because in the back of our heads, we're mulling it over.
I tell you, before that last fourth, I was actually probably sitting around. I have my legal tender. I'm actually curious to see where this goes, and now I'm pretty solidly at a maybe even a. I don't know. I'm debating between and it's probably gonna suck, but. I'm pretty much at an right now.
I am more on the line between and you may have my legal tender. And I'm actually going to be optimistic. I loved just the look.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
I will say the look of it, like, what was that other movie we did last year? The one that the carnival. Like that was a movie we looked at the trailer and goes
Halloween Hell or something.
Yeah,
like
Halloween
that.
Hell. I'll put the title down here. But that was one we looked at the trailer for that and went, story wise, this looks like shit, but aesthetic wise, they fucking nailed this. Like
this
the
is
look
Halloween.
Exactly.
And that is more. And that's the one thing I liked about it. That felt more like growing up Halloween.
Yeah,
with the costumes,
with the costumes and
and all the lights and everything,
and going door to door and trick-or-treating,
and the trees turn yellow,
and he's that house that gives out the full-size candy bars. You know?
So and that's why I think Hubie as a character will work in this movie, but will he ham it up too much? So I'm gonna because of that I'm gonna be at You May Have My Legal Tender because I'm curious enough to actually pay money to see it.
We technically already are. We both have Netflix subscriptions.
True. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a very low level of You May Have My Legal Tender because outside of that 25%, I would have been in close to shut up and take my money.
I think I will adjust as well. I will go with You May Have My Legal Tender. I'm still curious enough to at least start it and see if it goes how quickly it goes downhill.
Yeah. At that point, it's a race, and the thing is, it could be split up. It could be like you have 15, 20 minutes of actually like really good, and then like that one scene that's 5 minutes, and you're just like, oh my god, this feels like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it looks good. It looks good.
It looks good. We'll see.
The story, it's just performance. This is where it's weird. It comes down to performance because like the writing looks like there's something there. The acting, there's something there. The aesthetics, there's something there. But can they put it together?
All right, so I think we'll wrap up here because this video is running a bit long. But so yeah, I think we'll both say that I'm at You May Have My Legal Tender
On both of them, I think.
Yeah, and we're just honestly, I think we've done a few episodes of This Man's Good Suck today, and we've actually had that same rating in all of them because we actually looked at these and went, it's not shit. There's some potential here.
Yeah.
I'm not running out to see it, but I would watch it and see where it goes. And one of these days, we are going to have to sit down and watch Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah.
And really, and then we're going to do, we'll do some kind of follow-up, like, did the movie suck? And talk about our opinion on that. Maybe we'll do that during Shocktober. A lot of what we have planned this month is fluid. It's definitely going to be, I'll probably be rendering shit out the day of, but honestly, it wouldn't be
kind of a fly by the seat of your pants.
It always is.
Every
Yeah,
year.
it really wouldn't be Shocktober if I wasn't. I honestly work better under those conditions, kind of like the guys in South Park. It's like, okay, I need to get something done. It's got to get done. There's no, I'll do that later. It's no, I've got to get the shit done. So, yeah. Anyway, so to recap, for Death to Me, You May Have My Legal Tender.
I'm a fairly solid on that one. You May Have My Legal Tender.
And then for Hubie Halloween, starring Adam Sandler, I will say that You May Have My Legal Tender.
This is a one time.
Yeah.
That we will. Because that last quarter was.
I would say that was rough. That really did almost put me down to
Yeah, like and the first part was so good.
Yeah.
You guys have talent. Use it.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
You got so
we expect better from you because we like you.
Exactly.
And yeah, same thing with me. Just you just the most defeated. You may have my legal tender.
All right. Well, that will wrap it up for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us on this Shocktober episode of.
This movie's gonna suck.
Thank you so much for watching, and until next time,
You stay classy, Internet.
hey everyone, it's the Sagan. Or, sorry, that's my solo. Hey
No, that's
everyone,
my intro. Hey everyone, it's the Sagan.
it's the Tesla.
And let's go fuck ourselves. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Porn.
Now I'm just reminded of the Whose Line thing where it's like, we're not going to tell you what you're watching, or we're not going to tell you what we're watching. We're watching animal porn.